That's good. That's good. That's good. What up? What up? What up? What up? What up? What up? What up, family? Appreciate it, family. Hope all is well with you too. We up on every platform, so cool, cool, cool. Look, if this your first time on my live, shout out to y'all for tapping in with your boy. If you don't know who I am, and this your first time on my live, I go by Zabo 103. I'm the dude that get on these live platforms, and I really just try to provoke a little bit of thought. Um, this today is it makes 128 weeks straight of me going live, giving y'all free information. I'm gonna say that one more time for the person all the way in the back, because I know you know, a lot of people have a lot to say when it comes to people going live, and I'm talking about different stuff. People be want to debate stuff. People be want to all type of crap. I've been going live for the last 128 weeks straight, giving y'all free information. I hope y'all heard what I just said. And that's not to brag or flex or anything like that. It's just to say, over these last 2+ years that I've been going live, giving y'all free information, I hope, I only can hope that the things that I've shared have been somewhat impactful in your life. Hopefully, you have been able to make some changes. Uh, if you're new to my live, I get it. You just get here. But if you're not new to my live, again, I hope that you have at least applied some of the things that we've discussed on these live platforms, because they can change your life. I believe if you think, if you research and take action, you can absolutely win, if that's what you're really trying to do. If you're not trying to win, then you know, hey, it is what it is. I wanted to get on live because I'm getting into preparation mode, y'all. I've been doing a lot of freaking filming. I didn't realize starting my own platform was going to be this much work. And I had already made it a point that this year I was going to have to put in a bunch of work this year so I can accomplish what I want to accomplish in that 10-year time frame that I'm trying to accomplish what I'm trying to accomplish. So I'm not mad at it, but the one thing that I do understand, when I'm the type of person, when I go to work, I go to work. I don't be playing, y'all, because I commit to things. That's just what I do, right? So this platform that I'm building out, all of my live streams will be going to that platform. Period. I'm gonna give out that website probably in about uh, another week or so. Just once I got it up and running, so you all can go over there and subscribe to that actual site, and visit the actual net. I'm gonna call it the network. That's what that's what it's gonna wind up being. Basically, you're gonna have shows on the network where you're going to be able to, review a lot of the shows that I'm going to put on there. And I'm going to do all my live content over there. That way we can kind of dig into some things. And when I go live on these platforms, because I will go live on these platforms sometimes, but it'll just be really to shoot the breeze with y'all. Nothing really crazy. It's just going to be what it's going to be. But one of the reasons why I want to pop on live today is because I know we get one closer to that time frame to where how can I say this? A lot of people made New Year's resolutions. Let me say that. And we get close to the time frame where people fall off of whatever they said their New Year's resolution was going to be. It just is what it is, y'all. So I wanted to pop on one to say, stay committed to whatever you said you were going to do. And if you didn't have one, which I didn't have one, right? And you just was grinding, keep grinding, y'all. We just getting started. And this year is going to fly by the same way 2024 flew by. There are going to be so many adjustments, AKA distractions, that are going to transpire that it's going to make you probably want to pull. The problem is there are so many people on social media that will be spreading false narratives that's going to make you jump through additional hoops that realistically you don't even really need to be thinking about. You're seeing a lot of it happening right now with what President Trump's going to do. He's doing this, y'all. He's doing that. And nobody's fact checking none of this stuff. They're just assuming. I'll give you a perfect example. There was a young man whose video went viral on social media about Trump put something in place to where if you put your man on child support, your baby daddy on child support, you're not going to be able to claim them on taxes. And the baby father gets to claim them on their taxes. And the social media world went crazy. I know y'all can remember me saying this. There were rumors that Donald Trump was going away, right? And going away with you having to pay taxes. We'll see if that still transpires. We'll see if it's not. But the question that I ask is, if now the fathers get to claim the kids, but you don't pay no taxes, that means you don't get a tax credit, right? These are common sense things, but people losing their mind about it. And the young man that went viral came back and said, what? Y'all, it was a joke. I didn't realize we were going to go viral. It was just a joke. What am I saying? Don't get distracted by these people, y'all. It ain't worth it. I don't know what be up with folks. People be wanting to troll. Let me help you. Ain't no shame. People weird. So don't be distracted by all these little things, y'all, because there are going to be so many distractions out there. It's going to throw you off your square. It's going to make you think you need to do something different than you thought you would be doing from the very beginning. If you have made a plan to get out of your job because you're tired of working for somebody and you're ready to start working for your own last name, stay focused on that, y'all. This is going to get very ugly very quickly because so many people are going to get distracted by so many different things. Let me give you another example. Watch this. Watch this. The end of 2024, we was witnessing all type of drones, all type of them. Now, I told y'all on December the 20th, there was some type of event going on that was going to talk about these drones, something that Trump put in place all the way back in 2019. You couldn't turn on no social media at all, no news, no nothing, without hearing about these drones that they were seeing in Jersey, New York, all over the place, right? And everybody had their own little reasons, distractions. And then something unfortunately happened out in California with these natural disasters, these fires out here in California. And you ain't heard nothing else about these drones? How did the drones go away? Did they say, we realize that y'all having a hard time with these natural disasters out here in California, so we're going to stop showing up for right now so y'all can see these natural disasters, and we'll come back after this stuff gets situated. They ain't want no parts of these natural disasters, did they? I mean, I don't know, y'all. This is a safe place. Everybody welcome. I'm just showing love. I'm just asking the questions. I'm asking questions because I'm curious. And again, that's just my common sense kicking in. Donald Trump hit the office, y'all, running, set all type of records, y'all, with the most bills signed. He's unconcealing what transpired with Martin Luther King, RFK, all these different people. He's doing all this stuff, y'all. You ain't heard nothing else about the drone still. You ain't heard too much about the fires either anymore. It's mainly because it's over with now. Conveniently. The drones are still out there. I ain't heard nothing about it. I guess you got to be in New Jersey. Think, y'all. Think. Just think about this stuff. How does this stuff happen this way? Watch this. Y'all done seen this movie before. Y'all seen this movie before. Back in 2019 and beyond, 2018, 2017, before, the pandemic. Everybody named Mama was getting the flu. Everybody was getting the flu. In 2020, when the pandemic happened, you didn't hear nothing else about nobody else catching the flu. And I'm not a conspiracy type person, y'all. Not even close. I'm just asking questions because I'd be really confused. Do you still go get a flu shot today? No? Nothing? Don't exist no more? Stop being distracted by the nonsense, y'all. And let me help some other people real quick. For all of you all that come in, appreciate you, B, that come in with the notion of they think they know, but you're still struggling, you're still not in a happy place because you're not where you want to be, do us all a favor. Shut up. You don't know. I promise you don't know. You ain't got a clue. You ain't figured out how to budget your money so you can afford to pay your light bill every month. Stop talking about stuff you don't know. Stop spreading all this wild stuff. Think about this stuff that you're saying out loud. You haven't figured out how to make it to work on time to prevent these tardies. You're about to be terminated. I'm not laughing at you, family. I'm laughing with you. I'm trying to laugh with you because I'm trying to get you to understand that at some point, you got to just sit back and listen. You got to sit back and listen, family. You can't keep running your head through a brick wall and think you're going to beat the brick wall. All these people that are put in front of you, this is what I'm finding. All these people that are being put in front of you from a media perspective is put in front of you to paint whatever narrative they're trying to paint. And I can't be mad at them because you have to make a decision to believe what you want to believe. I'm going to give some real examples because I believe in using common sense. A lot of people are excited that Donald Trump is in office, but their life still ain't changed. He ain't been in office that long. I'm going to give him another year. Let's see what happens. But their life ain't never changed. Forget that he was back in office from 2016 all the way to 2020. Forget that. A lot of people upset that Kamala Harris is not in office right now. Forget that they were in power for the last 4 years. Your life still ain't changed. You still in the same boat. Why? Because you are committed to being distracted by the nonsense. The laws are written for wealthy people. I don't know how to make that more clear. You're going to stay in your situation until you truly decide to make a change and stop just listening to the nonsense, y'all. This stuff it becomes super wild when I sit back and I think about all the people that just be out here struggling. And then they get on social media and they post all their highlights. The only thing a person gonna post on social media, and we all guilty of it, is all the good stuff. They don't post to you how they trying to dig the money out their ashtray so they can put in their gas tank. They're not going to the refrigerator when it ain't empty or looking in their pantry trying to figure it out or trying to have a conversation about that notice on their door. Nobody ain't showing you this stuff. Everybody on social media is doing amazing according to social media. And then when you do see somebody that show you vulnerability, like they struggling for whatever reason, it becomes a prank. Oh, I was just playing. I wasn't crying for real. You a lie. Yes, you was. You were crying like a mug. That's why you went and tried to go get that little attention to try to have you a viral moment and see if you can capitalize off of it. You're still struggling, people. If we're being honest, nobody's going to show you their losses. This is one of the reasons why I decided to create my own platform, y'all. Because I decided that I'm going to show you everything in real time. It just is what it is. So if I lose in real time, y'all going to see it. If I win in real time, y'all going to see it. Because there's nobody on social media, I don't care how wealthy they look or how in between blessings they look, they all going through ups and downs. You say everyone can't be rich or have good health at finances? Okay. So if everyone can't have it, which you might be right, I don't know. But if everybody can't have it, I damn sure ain't gonna be the person that don't have it. I'm not gonna be a part of that group. If you choose to be a part of that group because you feel like everybody can't have it, good for you. Good for you. But if you believe that everybody can't have it, you are absolutely right. Go ahead and be a part of that, everybody. It's gonna suck for you. And I understand that at some point, y'all, I get it, y'all. At some point, people going to, they're gonna have their moments. They're going to. We all go through it, y'all. I don't want no smoke either. I'm just showing love, y'all. This is a safe place. Everybody welcome. I'm just trying to get people to understand you making a decision. You are making a decision. Whenever you get to have your different thoughts about different things, you are 100%, without a doubt, making a decision. And if you choose to make that decision that you can't have some stuff, you're right. My mentality is different. I don't believe that people lose. I believe they have slow wins. It just is what it is. It's going to be fresh, upsetting, but you got to make a decision to keep moving forward. You're still living. Don't you want to figure out come to a place of, man, I wish I didn't have no bills. Well, you don't have to wish. You don't have to wish that you don't. If you don't want bills no more, you know there is a process you can take to not have bills no more. Y'all do know this stuff, right? Man, I wish I didn't need money. You know that you don't need money personally. You know there's a process to take so that you don't need money personally, right? Y'all know this stuff, right? Man, I wish I can get that big old nice pretty car, that big old pretty nice house. You know there's a process for you to get whatever it is you say you want. You don't have to wish for it. You just got to go do it. And this ain't no, oh, pull yourself up by your bootstraps. None of that. This ain't this country out to get you. None of that. I'm an American. And whatever country you from, that's what you are, whether you like it or not. And if you don't like it, there is a process so you don't have to be from the country that you're from. Y'all don't know that? If this, maybe you're new to my live user, and that's probably what it is. If you're new to my live, put a 1 in the chat. If you've been on my live more than once, put a 2 in the chat. Maybe that's what this is. If you're new to my live, put a 1 in the chat. If you actually been here more than 1 week, put a 2 in the chat. Okay, so we got a lot of people that's been around on TikTok. A lot of people on Instagram been around, Facebook and YouTube. Y'all looking like anyway. Shout out to y'all. I appreciate y'all for sure. So I'm assuming that the people that are like, I don't know, maybe this, maybe that, it's just people that's new to my life, right? So for my new people that are here that don't know, when I say there is a process to where you don't have bills, the process, I'm not going to say it's simple, because if you don't know and you don't understand, it's not simple. But what you have to wrap your mind around is 2 things. The first thing you got to wrap your mind around is money is not real and it don't belong to you. That's the first thing that you got to wrap your brain around. Money is not real and it don't belong to you. Your money that you get every single day is going back to the original sender. Hopefully y'all put that in perspective, right? The money that you have in your account right now, you're only holding it for somebody else. Hopefully that makes sense. Meaning that you're holding the money that's in your bank account for maybe your light bill, maybe your grocery bill, maybe your car note, maybe your whatever it is. It's not yours. So if you think you're saving money, you're never saving money. Money always go back to the original sender, and you're not the original sender. I don't know another way to make that plain. You're not the original sender. So when people say, hey, I'm saving money, I'm like, how? How is it possible that you're saving money when the money going back to the original sender and you're not the original sender? You're only holding it to give to the next person. This is why you're going to hear a lot of wealthy people say they don't save money. They understand they're not the original sender. It just is what it is, y'all. Okay? What's up, family? The next thing you got to understand, and probably a little bit more complicated to understand, and maybe in this next 30 minutes or so, I'll go through the process of explaining that, and then I'll pop back on later on tonight and we'll dig a little bit further. You got to understand that you don't need money personally. You don't need money personally. And I know for my people that's been on here on my for more than once, I know you're like, Zabo, man, we didn't heard you say this a million times. I have to keep saying it because we have so many new people that pop on the live, and it becomes crazy when I'm saying these things because they can't wrap their brain around it. So let me give you some examples, right? Let me give you some examples. So if you're new to my live and you think you need money personally, put a 1 in the chat. I know it's mostly going to be my new people that's on here, and that's okay. I just want to make sure you understand that you don't need money personally. And the reason why I'm sharing this is I'm trying to get you in a position so you understand how to not have no more bills. Trying to get you away. Like, I give you an example. I'm walking around in a 7,000 square foot home. I ain't got no bills. I'm trying to get you to wrap your brain around this. So follow this. If you think you need money personally, right, and you one of those people that put 1s on the chat on these multiple platforms that we on, I want you to put in the chat What do you use money personally for today? And I'm going to show you how you're using it wrong. Put in the chat, what do you use money personally for today? And I'm going to show you how you're using it wrong. Food. Food always come up first. Never fails. Bills. What kind of bills? Give me some examples. Clothes. Okay. Taxes. Okay. Shelter. Roof over your head. Okay. What's up, family? Car notes. Rent. Gas. Electric. Okay. Tuition. Student loans. Okay. Car insurance. Beauty, foods, housing, cars, car notes. What else? Child care. All of the above. The reason why I'm saying what else, y'all ain't told me nothing that y'all use money personally for. Y'all ain't told me nothing y'all using money personally for. And I know you're saying, I just told you all this stuff and using money personally for. I'm going to show you. 401k, still nothing. Nothing that you're using money personally for. Haircuts, still nothing you're using money personally for. Watch this. For those people that are putting all this stuff that you need money for personally, I want you to follow along. Okay? If you have cash in your hand that you can pull out some cash. Don't worry. I'm not going to send around a collection plate. Just pull out some cash. When you got some cash, put a 1 in the chat. I need at least one person on each platform to put a 1 in the chat to keep me honest. Because I want to make this make complete sense. We got somebody on TikTok. Shoot. What about Instagram? Anybody got some cash on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Riffraff, whatever platform y'all on? Put some 1s in the chat. If not, I just want y'all to keep me honest. Because I want to make sure I ain't making this up. All right, we good over here? Cool. All right. For those of you that got money in hand, I want y'all to keep me honest. Remember what I said. You don't need money personally for anything. Nothing. I want you to look at the back of your cash that you have in your hand. On the back of your money, you should see something at the very top that says the United States of America. If you see the United States of America on the back of your money, put a 2 in the chat. If you see the United States of America on the back of your money at the top, put a 2 in the chat. I just want to make sure we all working with the same type of American money, right? Y'all see that, right? The United States of America is a business. It's a public business. I just don't want to make that up. It is a public business, right? Hey, if you don't want to do it, family, swipe away. Let me help you. I don't know what's up with these people trolling. Let me help you out. Block, remove from room. People slow. What be wrong with folks? It's a public business. And before somebody says a corporation is a business, y'all, don't be silly. People be wilding, don't they? They get on there and want to get off your thumb and type something. They just distractions. We're going to treat them like an accident on the highway. We're going to keep it pushing. How do I know the United States of America is a public business? I know they are public businesses or public business because countries, I'm live on TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, all over the place. The reason why I know it's a public business because countries have kings and queens. Countries have kings and queens. Businesses have presidents and vice presidents. I can't make that up. Your job that you work at right now has a president and a vice president. They also have secretaries. They also have treasurers. I can keep going. Just like the United States have a president and a vice president. I can't make that up. You want me to put it into more perspective? Joe Biden, before he left office, he told those people out there in California that he's going to issue them $770 just to get them started, y'all. Because it's a public business. Why did they get them $770? Well, they had to go up through the chain, through the business, and come up with a budget that they can cut to the people that was affected in the fire. And $770 of all was left in that budget to spread out between all those people until the other stuff take effect. Meanwhile, Biden gave billions of dollars to other countries because it was business. The reason why they couldn't do it for the American people, because it was personal. And money, you don't use it personally. You only use it for public use or private use, people. And private don't mean personal. Just so we all on the same page. I hope y'all picking this stuff up. And it's just business. If you also looking at the back of your money, right below the United States of America, it says, "In God we trust." Now, I was told this part. I don't know if it's true. I heard that "In God we trust" is the name of the United States of America's trust. Now, I'm just telling you, if that's the case, I don't know if it's real. If that's the case, we all know a trust is private. Keep in mind, I'm trying to give you the premise on why you don't use money personally. I'm trying to get you to understand it. If it's public, it goes in a business. If it's private, it goes in a trust. And personal ain't private. Y'all get it? Still kind of is clicking a little bit? Okay, let me help you click a little bit more. Put on your reading glasses. Turn your money around to the front. Just find the fine print. It will say, "This note is legal tender for all debts, public and private." If you see that on the front of your money, put a 3 in the chat. If you see that on the front of your money, put a 3 in the chat. Maybe I'm tripping. This note is legal tender for all debts, public and private. Why is that on your money? And it's been there the whole time. It's telling you, giving you instructions on what to use money for, boys and girls. Don't be silly. If it's public, it goes in a business. If it's private, it goes in a trust. You get it? It didn't say for some things. It said for all debts, public and private. I can't make that up. It's on your money. This is why you have a hard time figuring this stuff out. It's because you playing a game that you've been programmed to play against so that you always lose. Think about what I just said. In business. Let me ask y'all this question. Maybe this will help this click a little bit better. Watch this. If you own your own business and you had customers, would you explain to your customers how to do exactly what they need to do as you do it for them so they don't have to shop with you no more? Would you explain to your customers? You would show them the fine print, but would you explain to your customers how to conduct business just like you so they don't have to shop with you no more? The answer is no. So let's take this a little bit further. If the United States of America is a business, it will make you what? Their customers. Why would they explain to you how to do what they're doing so you ain't got to work there no more? You ain't got to consume no more. How does that work, people? For the people that figure out, great, you could be a part of the team and conduct business the way we conduct business. But y'all, I'm asking questions because I'm with you, but I don't know how you're gonna get around this whole public-private thing and not using money personally. Because as I'm hearing you right now, I just believe that if it's personal, it's private. No. Your food don't go in a trust. If we just gonna make sense out of this, you have to unlearn this stuff that you were taught. You were taught how to be a consumer. You got to unlearn this stuff and relearn what you need to learn. Watch this. Watch this. Every time I ask somebody, right? Every time I ask somebody, what do you use money personally for? And I'll show you how you're doing it wrong. The very first thing that always pop up is food. Food is the very first thing that always pops up. So let me ask y'all a question, because I believe that I have to make stuff connect for you to see it to make sense, right? Because that's how I learn. I learn by seeing real examples in real life and then being able to relate to what I saw in real life to be able to connect the dots. Watch this. At your job, if the morale go down and your leadership team is trying to figure out how to get the morale up, what's the first thing they're going to do? Buy y'all pizza, put some wings on it, get y'all a couple of Pepsis, and then they're going to expense it because food is public, boys and girls. I got 99 employees. 8 of those 99 employees is me, my wife, and all 6 of our kids. The one thing don't none of my employees have to ever worry about is buying food. We buy lunch for them every single day. And then we expense it because food is public, boys and girls. Uh-oh. What's the next thing that pops up? You got that car note. What are you talking about, a car note? This stuff ain't even making sense. The end of 2024, one of my business needed vehicle, we went and bought a 2025 Cadillac Escalade. It had 2 miles on it. Being that it weighed over 6,000 pounds and used 100% for business, the IRS allowed us to write the whole $152,000 off. It's a business vehicle, people. So what does that mean? When I put gas in that vehicle, business expense. When I do maintenance on that vehicle, business expense. When I put car insurance on it, business expense. You're driving on a public road. You're not driving on no personal road. Or did I make that up? Help me understand help me understand this. Tell me the last time you drove on a personal road. I'll wait. I'm listening. You're driving on a public road, boys and girls. Ain't nothing personal about it. Do I need to keep going? I hope y'all picking this up. I'm walking around in a 7,000 square foot home. We're about to build out an 18,000 square foot home on this 41 and a half acres of land that we purchased September 2023. This ain't my house. This is one of the trust house. So when them bills come in this house, they ain't my bills, they the trust bills. Uh-oh. I hope y'all picking this stuff up. A roof over your head is private, so it goes in a trust. The roof over somebody else's head that you control is public, so it goes in a business, boys and girls. I hope y'all catching this, what I'm saying. Because I'm trying to make this simple. Yeah, you said somebody contacted you with a fake page? I think you answered the question. It was a fake page. Tell them go live. Y'all still ain't sharing with me nothing that y'all do personally. So you're employees of a trust? You don't have to be an employee of your trust at all because you don't need money personally. That's what we're sharing. I know you're going to have a lot of gurus on social media going to tell you all this different stuff. And listen to what I'm saying carefully. I'm not a guru. I'm just a dude on the internet talking. I will ask a couple of questions, though. Ask your guru or your financial advisor, are they financially free? I am. Ask your guru or your wealth manager, have they built wealth for themselves? I have. Wealth been in my family now for the last 5 years. Wealth is not money, people. Wealth is time. I'm going to say that one more time for the person all the way in the back. Wealth is not money. Wealth is time. If you can count your money, you're broke. Let me put it to another perspective. Most people tell you, nope, you got to work hard for what you get. And I believe in some degree, maybe you should, if that's what you believe. Last year, on average, the average person worked 2,080 hours for the full fiscal year of 2024. Last year of 2024, the average person worked 2,080 hours for the full year. Hopefully that makes sense. Not my words, family. I said I've had wealth in my family for the last 5 years. I didn't say I had 5 years worth of time. 5 years ago is when I built wealth. And it's been in my bloodline for 5 years. It's a difference. Most people worked 2,004, 2,080 hours last year. I worked 0 hours last year, y'all. And I ain't got to make this up because I was going live the whole time. Every day going live, just talking to you, showing y'all different stuff that we were doing. You ain't seen me picked up nothing. You ain't seen me mentally do nothing at all. I've been chilling, just like I'm doing today, having a 7-day weekend every week. What I'm trying to get you to understand is you have to shift the way you think. And to all the people that you come across that think they know what they're talking about, I'm just going to tell you the same thing I'm going to tell you to do with me. Go do your research. Go research the stuff you hear me talk about. Go research the stuff you hear other people talk about. And then just come back and say if it's real or not. I implore you to do it. Well, let's keep going. Because I don't want to get away from anything, right? We were talking about your home that you live in being private. So it goes in a trust. Watch this. On your small business that you have, your small business that you have currently right now, let me ask y'all a question. When you file your taxes, do you write out the square footage of your office space? I'm just curious. Do you write off the square footage of your office space? I don't know. Maybe I'm tripping. I'm just trying to use some things that people can use common sense wise, right? And if you don't write off the square footage of your office space, why not? You should be. Well, okay, Zabo, I hear what you're saying, but clothes is personal. See, a lot of times people get on my live and they be looking for that shooter drop, thinking I'm about to sell them something. And I'm trying to share some with y'all. Y'all got to understand this is a use situation. Y'all using me right now to get this free information. I use y'all to show y'all my pretty clothes and pretty shoes. Why? Because Zabo 103 is also one of my businesses. So even though I ain't getting paid on none of these social media platforms, business expense. The office space is a business expense. When I conduct business in my movie theater is a business expense. When I conduct business at my bar, in the game room, at the pool table is a business. I need y'all to think. Content creation is real, but not for the pennies that you used to get. What about vacations? Yeah, we can't really do vacations no more. We don't do vacations, we do locations. We don't do vacations, we do locations. A lot of y'all just saw me and my wife get back from Indonesia. We spent about right at about like 10 days over in Bali. We spent about 10 days over in Bali. It just happened to be around me and my wife's birthday. Let me help you understand what I just said. We didn't take a vacation, we took a business trip. We buy land, people. Also one of our businesses. Developers, that's what we do. If we put it into perspective, we went over there on a business trip, boys and girls. When you go on a business trip with your job, what do they pay for? The flight, the car rental, the hotel, all the food that you eat on that business trip. And since Zabo 103 is also one of my business, all the content creation that we did while we was over there. So they also paid for the camera crew, the content we created around the elephants, the content creation that we made on the jet skis, the content creation that we made on the ATVs. I can keep going. But nobody don't hear this stuff because they think they know something. And it's mainly because you're allowing your education to stop your education. They didn't teach you this at school. I don't care how many years of education you got. Your job ain't teaching you this, because the minute your job teach you this, you're no longer going to be at your job. Now, we only sell to government with the toilet paper. We don't, and that's about to phase out too. I hope y'all putting this together. How I know your job ain't gonna teach you this? The job that I used to have, I'm gonna say the career that I used to have, y'all. I'm gonna say this: the career that I used to have, I used to thought you couldn't tell me that I didn't know everything about money. The career that I had, you could not tell me. I felt like I knew everything about money back then. I keep forgetting we got new people on here. I worked at Bank of America for 20 years as an executive without a college degree. I might know something. I don't know everything, but I might know something. Anybody that worked at Bank of America, they know they go from a band 1 all the way down to about a band 30, if that makes sense. What's up, family? From a band 1 to a band 30. I was a band 4. The CEO of Bank of America was a band 1. I want y'all to keep this in perspective. And I did this without a college degree. That's what's more impressive than the title. I want y'all to keep in mind what I just said. I still ain't got no college degree. So when you hear me say, don't let your education stop your education, I'm telling you, Don't play yourself. Just listen. And then go do your due diligence and figure out if it's legit. Watch this. Your job teaches you business. Your job has been teaching you how to live in public and private the whole time, and you haven't paid attention. Watch this. And this is what becomes really crazy to me, y'all. A lot of people think that they need money personally. College came up. You want your kids to go to college. And that's the good thing. You know, if the family needs it, 100%, that's what they need to go to school for. And the family's sure to support them of doing it. But you think you need money personally for college, for tuition for your kids to go to school. Let me ask y'all a question. Why your kids ain't employees? Why your kid ain't an employee at your company? I'm curious. Because they got to be a certain age limit, 16, 17, 18 years old, maybe 15 years old, 14 in some states. I don't know. If you own farmland, agricultural land, boys and girls, your kids can start working for you out the womb. If we're just going to put it in perspective, now I could be tripping, but your kids can start working for you out the womb. Uh-oh. Fellas, don't hit me with that child support thing. You telling them where to take the child support out. If your kid is an employee, they own the checking account with you. Sound like that direct deposit, $400 child support, $1,000 direct deposit every single month. Going into that account, paying your kids, sound like your child support just became public too. But people don't hear this stuff because they think they understand something. Don't your job give tuition reimbursement? You telling me if you own your own business and your employee, which is one of your kids, going to college to support the family business, why wouldn't your business offer tuition reimbursement just like your job do today? Or did I make that up too? I'm just trying to show you practical things that you're witnessing right now and you ain't even paying attention to it. Make this stuff make sense to me. Or maybe I'm tripping. I'm tripping. Maybe I'm tripping. You need money for 401ks. Gotta have that 401k. Tax deferred. It's getting taxed at a later date. You're just not going to be penalized if you wait till the retirement age. But let me ask you a question. All that money that's in your 401k that you can't take it all out right now, unless you get fired from the job with penalties, who's managing that money? Not you. Wall Street. All this money you put in the 401k that you can't touch until you retire, and tax is going to be higher by the time you retire. So you're going to get taxed at a higher rate by the time it's time for you to take your money out anyway. You can't even manage the money the whole time that is there. Wall Street managing it. This is wild, y'all. Watch this. If you have your own business, you could do a self-direct 401k. Y'all do know this stuff, right? You can do a self-direct 401k with your business to you. You can have you two LLCs, right? Obviously, you got a corporation, but two LLCs inside of a trust, one for operation, one for assets. And you can do a self-direct 401k, self-direct your 401k into this management company for retirements on your LLC. Guess who's the manager of that actual company? You. It ain't taxed. Your company that matched it is going into that LLC, that holding company that you manage. Guess who getting a checkbook? You. Guess who get to use that money tax-free? You. Guess what you can easily do? You can take that money and put that money into a rental property. You know that rental property gonna go up in value while that tenant is paying that property down. So as that money is going into that rental property and coming back into that 401k, it ain't tax, y'all. Or did I make that up? Go research it. Maybe I'm tripping. People don't hear this stuff. People have the wildest things. Come on, man. You can't. I get you want people to buy the stock, man, but why you spam? I hate when people spam. Listen, I know everybody excited with this cryptocurrency stuff. I'm not mad at y'all. Do your thing. Please do your thing. I'm not mad at you. I hope you have the most success out of this. I hope you do. But when you make all this money in your cryptocurrency, I want you to reach your cryptocurrency bag and give it back to all the landowners. I want you to reach in your cryptocurrency bag and buy your groceries. I want you to reach in your cryptocurrency bag and pay your mortgage and rent. All the money is going back to the land, y'all. That's why I buy land. It's all coming back to the land. There's nothing that you're going to do. It's all coming back to the land, y'all. Everything goes back to the land, including you. But we ain't going to have that conversation right now because I got a little bit more time left. So don't let me stop. Let me keep going. Think about what I just shared. Think about what I just explained. Why you don't use money personally. But you'll be the same person that's upset at somebody like a Donald Trump for not paying taxes. Go to the IRS.gov and just look at the people and the entities that pay taxes. I'm going to say that one more time. Go back, just go to the IRS.gov so y'all know I'm not making this stuff up. Go to the IRS.gov and just look at the people and the entities that pay taxes. That way, maybe some of this stuff will click a little bit better for you. And it's not just coming from a ignorant dude on the internet. The people that pay taxes are people that earn an income. Businesses that pay taxes are businesses that earn an income. If you earn an income, you're paying taxes. If you don't earn an income, you're not paying taxes because taxes on zero is zero. So when people say these people ain't paying no taxes, it ain't no disrespect. They didn't earn no income. And no, I did earn an income. Well, you gonna get locked up playing with them folks' money. If you earned an income and you didn't pay no taxes, you gonna get locked up. And I'm gonna say this for the last time: words matter. It just is what it is. So when you understand what I'm saying, you don't need money personally. How much of an income do you need to earn? Zero. They can make the taxes 92%, the same tax that it was in 1952. If you made over $200,000, you will be taxed on the federal side at 92%. They can make the taxes 92%. Once you understand the power of zero, you don't care what they raise the taxes to. Taxes are your friend. But nobody hears this stuff in real life. Nobody pays attention to it because when they hear a person not paying tax, you think they avoided taxes. They didn't avoid taxes. They followed the law. This is why it's important for you to become a law-abiding citizen. And again, this is a safe place. Everybody welcome. I'm just showing love. Because I believe that when you know better, you do better. Yeah, they won't talk like this because majority of them don't really know. They don't have a clue. And it sucks, y'all. It really sucks because as people on this planet, we didn't win our whole life being taught all of these different things that are counterproductive to what we really do. And it's wild, y'all, when you start to just sit back and think about all the counterproductive things that we do to ourselves. Think about that. How do you learn about the things you speak about? My platform should be up in about 2 weeks. You'll be able to go subscribe there, and I'm going to be not only talking about these things, I'm actually going to be doing these things in real time, so you'll be able to witness it. Even things like, man, I heard somebody on social media say this. Let's see if this works. Let's see if this stuff works. Here's the stuff that I talk about. I'm showing you because I'm doing it. I don't want it to be a secret. And I already understand what's going to come with that. When you show what you actually doing, people going to say you're bragging. When you don't show anything at all, people going to say you're gatekeeping. It just is what it is. So what I'm trying to get people to understand is if somebody else on this planet did something and it's legal, there's nothing stopping you from doing the same things. I'm going to say that one more time. If somebody else on this planet did something and it's legal, there's nothing stopping you from doing the same things. Say humility is a key you would like to learn. Yeah, that's unfortunate. That's unfortunate, family. I would have you reevaluate things. Maybe you've been taught something that a lot of people have been taught in their life about being showing some humility, being humble. Go look this stuff up in the dictionary. I ain't gonna be a part of that. I can't. I can't be a part of that. And if you think that that's gonna dictate somebody being a man, you got a long road, you got a long way to go. Your kids depending on you. I don't care what nobody talk about. And let's just go before my biblical people come in and start hitting me with this Bible talk, because I'm not the most religious man in the world. But the one thing that I got from the Bible, and I said, I have to follow the order. I have to follow this order. This is in the good book. A wise man, a good man, whatever term they said, leave an inheritance to his children's children's children's. My only goal is to leave an inheritance to my children, children, children. So what I've accomplished so far, I fulfilled my duty. How can I say that so confidently? My great grandkids already got a head start on life. If I leave this planet right now for the next 1,000 years, everybody in my bloodline gonna have a head start based off of the sacrifice that I made. I'm just trying to put this in perspective so people can really understand. Well, man, you talking this big talk, man. I see you saying you ain't got no job, you don't work, you got employees, you done did this and you done did that. Yeah, man. I didn't just retire myself. I retired my wife. That's not a flex. I didn't just retire myself. I retired my wife too. That's not a flex. Neither one of those things are a flex. I'm a flex a little bit now, though. I retired 25 of my other family members. Tell me one of your gurus on social media that can say that. I'm listening. I retired 25 of my other family members. Tell me one of your gurus on social media that is telling you this. I'll wait. I'm listening. I'm responsible for feeding 72 households right now. I'm listening. I know they telling you to do this with your money, buy this, come do this, come do all this wild stuff. Tell me how many of them then retired. 25 of their other family members. I'm listening. I'm waiting. These are the things that you got to make sense out of, y'all. Because even though I said that's a flex, that's not really the flex. Here's the bigger flex. When my kids wake up, I'm the first person they see. When they go to sleep, I'm the last person they see. When they out of school for digital learning days, I ain't got to find no babysitter. When they on spring break, summer break, think about what I'm saying. My oldest, who's 25 years old, just gave me a grandson. My grandson 8 months now, y'all. Shout out to that. Blessings. My 25-year-old saw her dad bust his ass. If I'm being honest, struggling. I wasn't the best father in the world. I did the best that I knew how. And I beat myself over the head because I'm like, man, why I couldn't have did all this stuff when she was born, even though it's a blessing the way she turned out. It's a blessing. I look at my 6-year-old who about to be 7, who ain't never seen his mom and dad work a day in his life. Their mentalities are different. Your kids are going to do what they see you do, boys and girls. They don't give a damn about what you're talking about. They'll repeat it, but they doing what they see you do. The same thing you doing right now today, what you saw your parents do. You saw your parents get up and work there and bust their butt their whole life and retire and get their pension and be happy, and you're going to live that same dream. Unless you do something different. And that's just, I can't make that up. So what I'm explaining right now, and I got to get ready to get off of here. I'm gonna be back on tonight. We're gonna dig a little bit further. We're gonna pick up where I'm leaving off right now. This replay will be at YouTube, Zabo103, Instagram, Zabo103, the only verified Instagram on Instagram, Facebook at Zabo1 at Zabian Gibson, the only verified Zabian Gibson on Instagram. Say what you recommend and motivate us to do. Business owners invest. Well, here's what I would say. How can I say this in a quick 5-minute spiel? All right, watch this. If you was raised with a silver spoon in your mouth, put a 1 in the chat. If you weren't raised with a silver spoon in your mouth, put a 2 in the chat. If you were raised with a silver spoon, put a 1 in the chat. If you weren't raised with a silver spoon in your mouth, put a 2 in the chat. I just want to make sure I want to make sure we all on the same page. Right? Most people weren't born with a silver spoon in their mouth. What you're doing currently right now is good enough for you and maybe your kids. I'm going to say that one more time. What you're doing right now in your life is good enough for you and maybe your kids. So your grandkids gonna have to figure out how to get it out the mud. What I learned when I was studying these wealthy people, when I say wealthy people, I'm not talking about like LeBron James wealthy. LeBron James is poor. I know people ain't gonna like when I say that, but I gotta be truthful. He's poor. He got more money than you. you missed the point. Wealth is not money. Wealth is time. Wealthy people don't trade time for money. Wealthy people trade money for time. That's why the only and the fastest way for you to get fired at your job is to falsify your timesheets. LeBron James trades time for money, people. I just hope y'all understand what I'm saying. And I love LeBron James. Shout out to him. But he trades time for money. And if you call in LeBron James wealthy, the owner of the Los Angeles Lakers that pays his check and everybody else check on the team, what is she? She not the same thing as LeBron. She worth $65 billion. And if y'all calling her wealthy and not LeBron no more, what is Elon Musk? He worth $400+ billion. She not the same. He not the same thing as her. And if y'all calling Elon Musk wealthy at $400 billion, what is Nathaniel Philip Rothschild, whose family worth $500 trillion? They not the same thing, y'all. He's in between blessings, just like the rest of us. I don't understand why people can't wrap their brain around. I know what it is. They create wealth of things that are materialistic. You know, the lavish things. What's the point? I don't know, Daniel. And if you hadn't been for the whole time, you probably missed the point. The point that I'm trying to get you to understand is money ain't real. And it ain't yours. And it's always going back to the original sender. But back to my point. You're looking for motivation. You have to put your great grandkids in a position so that they can have a head start. Do you understand how different your life would be if you didn't have a mortgage, if you didn't have rent, if you didn't have to pay for food, if you didn't have to pay for clothes? Do you understand how different your life would be? If you can just paint a world where your grandkids, your great-grandkids never have to worry about those things, their life would instantly change. That's what the wealthy people done, like Nathan Philip Rothschild, who wealth been in their family for over 500 years. It's a difference. It's a clear difference. Would be unreal. I know. Going back to the motivation thing, and I say this coming from a place of love, and I got to get up out of here. For those that aren't following me on TikTok, y'all make sure y'all follow me on TikTok because I'm gonna pop live in about an hour on TikTok for like 40 minutes again. That's most of my new people at, and I want to make sure they understand. Motivation and manipulation is on the same coin. If you believe you got to stay motivated, you in trouble. I'm just telling you. And again, the truth can never be considered disrespect. If you believe you got to be motivated, you're in trouble. That means whatever your why is, it ain't strong enough. It ain't. You got to figure out how to provide some unconditional love to yourself first, and then start to provide some unconditional love to these people that you say you care about and love the most, because motivation ain't going to help you. It'll help you for a second. But motivation and manipulation is on the same coin, boys and girls. I'm going to give you an example. And I know this is going to sound bad when I say this, but I gotta say it because it's just the right thing to do. If I need you to do something and all I got to do is motivate you, I'm absolutely going to motivate you to do what I want you to do. I'm going to say that one more time. If I need you to do something, and the world is this way, by the way, y'all, it ain't just me. If I need you to do something and I just need to motivate you, oh God, I don't know what people be talking about. People just be silly, man. People are stupid. And I forgive me what I'm saying, y'all. People are dumb. People are absolutely dumb. This fool got on my live. Somebody recommended to me. I just had to block that joke out. And just be saying some wild stuff. And then he ended his thing. And this is the thing that be blowing my mind sometimes. Ladies, this is where I need y'all to close y'all ears a little bit. Fellas, we suck. We suck. We would rather try to go into an environment that we have no clue what's happening. We don't have context of what's going on. We can got some third hand, and we get into a place waiting, trying to debate with somebody. And then this fool, I'm calling him a fool for a second, but nothing but love to you, bro. This fool gonna end back to oil and gas. Go on back to the market and buy you some oil and gas, family. Let me know how I go. Let me know how I go, y'all. Back to oil and gas. He going back to work. It's up. Where he could have took whatever returns that he didn't got and applied the things that I'm talking about that would have changed his life forever. I want people to understand, as a person that didn't try everything, I didn't play in crypto. I used to day trade too. I used to own a rolling dumpster business. I used to cut hair. Well, I used to own a barbershop and couldn't cut hair. I used to sell hair out of a vending machine. I used to own apartment complexes. I got one right now. I used to wholesale properties. I used to scalp tickets. Statute of limitation up on that one. I used to scalp tickets. If Alan or Ailey or Cats came to the Fox Theater, we were getting paid. I didn't try some of everything you could think of. I was that ignorant dude that put his social security number on the back of the bill and put the other information on there and sent it to Georgia Power, thinking that this is my account, you can take it from. I didn't try some of everything. I just want to put this in perspective. I was still working at Bank of America doing all these different things. I still was working, making a couple $100,000 a year at the bank while I was doing all these different things that people say would change my life. I left Bank of America when I made my yearly salary in a month. Now I make it every couple of days. I'm just trying to put this in perspective because it's not about money. And I need people to understand that. That's the part that becomes wild to me. And when I see people, no, you didn't do that. That's the reason why I got on it. I couldn't do it on TikTok. TikTok had me down. I got on Instagram, YouTube, and I showed y'all one of the 11 businesses that I own, which was not the best one. The lowest one was doing $400K a month on one of the 11 businesses. I can't make that up. I showed it to you in real time. Not that I had to prove something to you. I'm trying to get people to understand something. It's bigger than you. Back to what I was saying, but so I was so rudely interrupted for this dude going back to work. Every time somebody started telling me about the stock market and cryptocurrency, I asked them how much money they made last year. They want to give me a percentage. They want to give me a percentage. I'm up 1,300%. How much is that? $42. Sit your silly self down somewhere, man. folks, y'all. And they still working a job. They got to go clock in during the day, and then they train at night. The math ain't mathing to me. It just ain't mathing, y'all. And I've owned Bitcoin since it was $6,000. If I'm putting it in perspective, I'm talking about whole coins. I'm not buying a fraction. Think about what I just said. I got another person in here trolling. They've been trying to get my attention. But we got to get them up out of here. Back to what I was saying. They just be trolling. I'm like, when we get over like 200 people on TikTok, it just be a lot of wild folks come in. I'll be just, let's get them up out of here. I think they believe that I'm one of those people that be looking for numbers. I don't care. I'm a landowner, family. All right. Let me do this and I'm going to get up off here. I'm a landowner. I own 295 and a half acres of land. No loans. I'm going to put this in perspective. Watch this. I own a toilet paper company called Triumph Tissue. 3-ply toilet paper, 200 sheets is the closest thing you can get to wiping yourself with soap, but I ain't no here selling to y'all. I sell it to the government. Uh-oh. A lot of people watch live, build out a 52-home subdivision, got the home number 29, no bank loans, all cash, out the pocket. When we used to clear off that land and get those trees off the land, boys and girls, toilet paper is made out of mixed wood pulp and virgin wood pulp, boys and girls, trees. I also got a few acres of this. I can't even say it on these platforms without getting kicked. Even when I showed y'all the few acres of this that I own, guess what happened, boys and girls? I got kicked off the platform. They said I can't even talk about it. Nobody don't hear this stuff. I got land with cell phone towers on it, you know, so y'all can get service and stay connected. In 2023, we planted 100 acres of pecan trees. We ain't selling pecan pies. It's bigger than you, and it's way bigger than me. That changed my life forever. If I'm being honest. This is the reason why I'm not getting on these social media platforms, tap dance for nobody. I don't care. I'm not trying to convince you. I get on these lives because my wife won't stop shopping. And I got to keep showing y'all these pretty clothes and pretty shoes. Because Zabo 103 is also one of my businesses. Y'all better think. I ain't know him because I don't like people like that. I get on these live platforms to be petty. I give y'all free information while I'm here to make it worth your while, because I believe if you got followers, you might as well be leading them somewhere. And I'm trying to lead you somewhere to make you think further than what you didn't thought. Tell me about what y'all talking about. These people getting up and go clock in and go to work. I'm about to go up to the school right now and put on my cape and help the parents get their kids out of school, out of the car line. Student number 32, your parents here, come on out with my cape on. In real life. I hope y'all understand what I'm saying. Nobody don't hear this stuff because they just think that you see somebody on social media and they create some form of illusion. You think they're like everybody else. I'm not mad at you. I ain't mad at you. I'm just trying to help you do better if I can. And if I can't, shout out to you. But back to what I was saying, because I got to go. I got to be out here by 2 o'clock. I gave myself a cushion because I know I like to talk. If I need you to do something and all I got to do is motivate you, I'm absolutely going to motivate you. 100%. But if I need you to do something and I can't motivate you, it's a green light to manipulate you. Don't let that go over your head. I'm going to say it one more time. If somebody needs you to do something, I'm going to use me. If I need you to do something, I wanted to hit home. If I need you to do something and all I got to do is motivate you, I'm motivating you. If I need you to do something and I can't motivate you, it's a green light to manipulate you. You got to wrap your brain around this, because if you don't, you're going to get played at every turn. Ain't none of this stuff real, y'all. Oh God. As a person that lost $90,000 to a coach, when I very first started doing business almost 9 years ago, I'm telling y'all, nobody cares. Nobody cares if you make it. Nobody cares, y'all. You got to start doing what you do. Well, you're saying rich folks? Yeah. And that's, Jimmy, the reason why rich folk, you won't hear rich people talking like me, because there's no such thing as rich. It don't exist. There's only poor and wealthy people in this country, y'all, even on this planet. I'm going to say that one more time. There's no such thing as rich. There's only wealthy people and poor people. That middle class and rich thing that people been talking about, it's an illusion to make you feel comfort. It don't exist. And when I'm talking about wealthy people, I'm talking about wealthy people that they had wealth in their family for hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years. I'm not talking about people that they had wealth in their family for 40, 50 years. I'm not even looking at them. And respectfully, they on their way, but I'm not looking at them. Should they put their business in a trust? If you're talking about a business trust, you can have a business trust if that's what you're talking about. But in a trust that you have that's just private, think of it this way. Your business is public. Your trust is private. I hope I'm making this make sense. Your business is public. Your trust is private. Would you want to make your public business private? You either can buy it in your trust out the gate, or once you actually get it, you can have it retitled or change the deed over. A quitclaim deed could actually do it if you don't go through an attorney. An attorney gonna do the same thing, but it's a simple process. So it just depends on how you want to do it. So like, say for instance, if you might have a business that's not in a trust, right? Your business, even though it's not in a trust, the beneficiary of that business can be your trust. So that means when the owner of that business passes away, the beneficiary will be the trust. Let's put it into more perspective. Your business don't have no money. This is the part where people get in trouble, because they don't really understand this concept. Your business never have no money. That's just what it is. Your business is going to go to zero every single year when you start it. Big business like Bank of America go to zero every day. The wealthy people call it a cash dump. If we're going to put it into perspective, your business don't need money like that. You get it? If the beneficiary of your business is the trust, I think you'll be good. If your business is on its own and you don't need to make it private and you want your daughter to actually take over the business, you can just make your daughter the owner of that business. You can always transfer that stuff over, but your business don't have no money. I'll give you an example. Your job don't have no money. You know, where you get your paycheck from. Your job don't have no money. Y'all know this stuff, right? In fact, I don't want to make you mad before I get off of here. She's 15. That's cool. You still can do it. She got her business at 15 years old. But you can, if you want to put it into a trust, you can do all that different stuff, right? You can do a lot of different stuff. I don't want to make y'all mad, but let me put it into perspective. Your business gonna conduct business. Your business gonna have business expenses. Your business gonna have write-offs. I mean, your business gonna have taxes. The write-offs gonna be between you and your tax attorney. The rest of the money is going to two places. A percentage of your money going to the trust checking account so the trust can pay the trust bills because I ain't got no bills. The rest of the money is going to zero buying land. Why? Because you make money when you buy land, not when you sell it. Land is the only thing on this planet that only goes up in value and don't go up and down. I'm trying not to make you mad, but since people keep asking, I'm just going to say it. You went to work today, right? You spoke to a customer, and got money from that customer. You didn't put money in your bank account from that customer that you spoke to. You gave it to your job, and you're going to do it for 10 days. On that 10th day, your job is going to give you a fraction of what you gave them back to you in the form of a direct deposit. Think about what I just said. So if you make $100,000 a year, you minimally make $10,000 a day for your job. If you average less than $10,000 a day, you're going on performance management. I am. Hold on a second. You're going on performance management. I can't make that up. So you making, if you make $100,000 a year, you making $10,000 a day, which means on your direct deposit day, your job is giving you $3,100 after taxes, and you done gave them $100,000. I can't make that up. It's 26 pay periods. That means you have generated $2.6 million in a year for your job, and your job gave you $100,000, and that's the minimum number. I promise you, you're making more than that for your job. This is the reason why if your performance is not good, you can get performance managed out. They can't afford to keep you because they don't have no money. The only money they get is what you give to them from the customer. When I was at Bank of America making a couple $100,000 a year, we were generating $720 million a year for the bank. I was responsible for 459 people, directly and indirectly. I was over the small business credit card department, the collection side of the house. So when you would hit the loss number for small business credit card from Bank of America, I was the person reporting numbers to the street. $60 million a month. And we didn't miss that number, y'all. I hope y'all putting this in perspective. That's the part that should make you mad. When you get that direct deposit and you happy about your money being in the bank that you think is a holding facility, that I understand is a lending institution, you bragging because you got money in the bank. I'm bragging because you got it there too, because I'm going to the bank and ask for your money. And there are people out there just like me that understand the power of zero that's asking for your money. And guess what the bank is doing? This lending institution is doing what they do best. They're lending the money. This is the reason why when you try to go get all your money out the bank, you can't. They done loaned it out. They're a lending institution. That ain't even the crazy part that should make you mad. Here's the part that should make you mad. The people that are out there just like me that understand the power of zero, guess what we doing with your money when we go get it? We buying toilet paper. We buying soap. We buying bottled water, forks, napkins, spoons, pigs, chickens, cows, goats in bulk, and then turning right back around and selling it right back to you for 5 times what it's worth using your money. If you don't really understand the steps specifically, I would just say go to an attorney that specializes in trust, have them set your trust up, and they will actually walk you through step by step on how to put your land in a trust. We have a lot of different things, not just an LLC and a corporation. We also have FLPs. It depends. How many times have somebody told you, hey, you're going to go start a business, you and your brother, you and your uncle. You should go get you an FLP instead of an LLC or a corporation. Do you even know what an FLP is? I'm asking just the room. I mean, maybe, because I know people, the one thing I don't want to do is I don't want to tell you what you should do. It almost goes back to people telling you, go get you an irrevocable trust or a revocable trust. They ain't even looked at your finances. They can't make the determination on what you need. They have no clue. It's a family limited partnership. But these are people on social media that's telling you to do all these different things, and they don't have a clue, y'all. You need to go sit down with an attorney if you want to trust. Show them what you got in assets. Talk to them about what you're trying to do in the future. Let them create the perfect trust for you. Don't listen to somebody on social media telling you need this. They don't know. You go out there and go get you a trust and you ain't got nothing to put in it. You got a trust that's empty just to say you got a trust. Because you believe everything that everybody else say. If you got a trust, you got a lot of money. I got multiple trusts. If you got money in a trust, it's just a checking account with the trust name on it. I'm going to say that one more time. If you got money in a trust, it's just a checking account with the trust name on it. Go speak to an attorney that specializes in estate planning or specialize in trust. They pretty much the same thing. And just talk to them about what you got going on. Let them create it. Think about that. Look, y'all, I got to get off here. I got to go play Superman for these kids. So look, 2 reasons why you need a trust. Well, I don't even think you really need 2. I'm going to give you a reason that probably you should care about, right? If you get the time, maybe you can take a day off work, or if you're retired and you're thinking about trust versus not having one at all, I want you to go down and sit in probate court. Just go sit in probate court. Please, just take the time and go sit in probate court. Just kind of witness what's transpiring with the families that are left behind. Please, just do it. The trust is going to give you structures and directions for the people that you're leaving behind. The worst thing you can do to your loved ones, who people you say you care about, is allowing them to go to probate. Because if you don't come up with a plan, the state got a plan for you, and your family ain't gonna like it. Go sit in probate. Just see what happens. But look, y'all, I'm gonna get up off here. I'm gonna pop on for a few more minutes on TikTok live in about 30 to 45 minutes. Just enough time to kind of get going what I need to get going. And in the meantime, if I don't see y'all be good or have fun being bad. It'll be at Zabo103 on Instagram, Zabo103 on YouTube, and Zabian Gibson on Facebook. Y'all be good. Peace.